Stay tuned at the end of the video for some information about my visit to Warhammer World, which I'll be doing on the 2nd of November 2018. Hi there, welcome to another video. So today I'm very excited about this one. Not only are we getting the most expensive miniature of the series so far, the best looking miniature of the series so far, our first psyker or psychic unit in the game, which will have obviously some rules and that kind of stuff to go with it. But very importantly, if you're thinking that Death Guard is being left behind in the shadows, because we've got the Primaris Librarian here, we had Lieutenant Calcius a couple of weeks ago. I had a look at the back of this, and it's got what's coming up in issue number 10. And it's something completely different to anything we've had before, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. But we'll get to that in a minute. So first of all, let's just open this up and have a brief look. So, we've got one miniature this week, the Primaris Librarian, and he has got 2 sprues, so he's got a lot of different pieces. As we've seen before, he's got an option of 2 different heads as well. So I'll have to decide which one I want to go for that. We've also got learning to paint the Space Marine Librarian. Psychers joined the battle. So a lot to get through today, and the big kind of what's coming up in issue 10. And when I get to that, I'll give you my thoughts on how I think the business model is gonna work going forward. So what have we got in this issue? Librarians, these dudes, force weapons, so kind of the weapons that they've got and how they work differently to traditional weapons. Defense of the Valius, 40k battles. How to build, how to paint. Right, and so here we go, this is good. The tutorials, Psychic Might, Psychic Phase, and a replay, so some extra rules. So this is very good. This is very good. Let's have a little look through what we've got here. So quite a lot about the librarians, who they are and that kind of thing. They often stand alone even amongst their own battle brothers. Their psychic abilities are seen as a mutation to be feared. Despite this, their power and knowledge is highly valued by chapter command. A bit about their weapons and stuff, and I really can't wait to start painting this, to be honest, because if you look at, like, for example, the sword, it's a much larger weapon than anything we've seen so far. I think I'm really looking forward to getting this painted and having a real good look at it. I'm going to try and do that before we get to issue number 9. So, of course, this issue also marks the 10%. We're 1/10 of the way through the journey. This is issue number 8 of 80. So again, looking at, what are these? The ranks of Librarius. So we've got the Rite of Tigurus, used by the Chief Librarian of the Ultramarines. An Ultramarines force stave crackles with the psychically charged energy, and 4 swords are able to slice through even the thickest armour with ease. So yeah, that all looks very good. So again, a little bit more lore here. Defense of the Valius. That all looks very good. So, Primaris Librarian. Let's have a quick look on the sprue, actually, because they are numbered. So I can see that this has got 20 different pieces, 20 different parts to this miniature. So that's much more than we've had before. And I will make him up in a minute. But let's get through this first. So, clippy instructions, building your librarian. So again, this isn't an easy fit model, so this requires glue. You won't be able to push this together. So it's got a little bit about choice of parts, so you can choose different things, so different heads and all that kind of stuff. Bit about painting, so again, this takes into account every paint that we've received so far. Agrax Earthshade and Nolnor, which we received last week. Lead Belcher we've got from one of the previous issues. Retributor Arm, Bugman's Glow, Abaddon Black and Macragge Blue. So the only thing it doesn't use, sorry, is Deathwatch Green. So that's all pretty good. Psychic Might. So again, this is giving us a setup for a battle here, and that battle is between our Librarian and 5 of our Plague Marines. So we've actually got 6 now because of the last issue. Sorry, the issue before last, where we got a few more. So updating the rules, talking about the Psychic phase, which I believe comes in between the movement phase and the shooting phase. Resolving psychic powers. Clear the deck. So again, a little bit more, yet more Death Guard warriors burst into the honour of Ultramar's cargo deck, only to be confronted by a powerful Primaris Librarian. His 4 sword drawn and ready for battle, the Death Guard must eliminate the Librarian if they have any chance of winning the day. So the setup is 6 Poxwalkers, 2 units of 3 Plague Marines, a Primaris Librarian, 3 Reavers. So yeah, so anyway, this looks good as well. Extra rules to incorporate our Librarian, and a little bit more about the Death Guard. More subscription. So when I turn this page, this is what I'm talking about. Death Guard's been left in the dark recently, but not anymore. Issue number 9 isn't all that awesome. We get 6 more Poxwalkers, and I believe they're the same sculpts as what we've had before, so that's fine. Poxwalker reinforcements, bigger battles. Calcius fights the Poxwalkers, that's great. The issue number 10, we get our first vehicle of the series. So we are getting, right, let's have a look. Mythitic Blight Hauler. So this is the first vehicle that we're getting in the series so far, and it's going to give us some rules and all that kind of stuff. But I think that vehicle looks pretty incredible. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that and learning what rules we've got and that kind of thing. It's almost like it's got teeth at the front as well. Amazing. So that's really good news that we're getting another element to the game. So there we go. Anyway, so let's make up our Librarian. So as I hack merry hell out of this miniature, just thought I'd give you a bit of maybe my sort of insight as to what I think is going to happen as we continue over the next sort of 10 issues or so. I think that we're going to receive a mixture of something new and something old with ongoing issues. So for example, we've had some Plague Marines in issue number 2, and we received them again in I think issue number 6. And then we had Poxwalkers in issue number 5, and we're getting them again in issue number 9. Now we're going to have to build up our armies of those, so we were always going to be receiving extras. But sandwiched in between those, we've received new things. So our Librarian, obviously, we had Lieutenant Calcius, we had some shades with some tutorials and that kind of thing. So I think that when we see issue number 11, don't be surprised if we get some more basic Space Marines or something like that, and then something new again in issue number 12. So that's what I think is going to happen going forward with this, and yeah, we can wait and see. Anyway, on with the unboxing. Okay, so that was, for me, beyond doubt, the most difficult miniature I've put together so far. Let's see if I can get a bit more light over here to have a better look at our Librarian. So yeah, very impressive miniature. You'll have to excuse the really terrible gluing job I've made of this, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to fix some of that when we get it primed and that kind of thing. But yeah, so he looks really, really great. So I'm looking forward to getting some paint on him. So I will be, after maybe a few days, I'll look back on issues 4 to 8 to see what it gave us. So I did it for 1 to 4. I'll do it again from 4 to 8 to give us a bit of a review of what we've had. Maybe I'll have a look back all the way through to see where we are at this point. So again, so coming up in issue 9, Poxwalkers, issue 10. Let's see if I can say this right. Mephitic Blight Hauler. That's what it is, Mephitic Blight Hauler. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll probably, judging by how I went with this today, I'll probably do a absolutely awful job of sticking that together. So I have quite clearly got a few issues here that I need to correct on the gluing side, but I'll do that as best I can. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you guys keep watching these, I'll keep doing them. Thanks very much. See ya. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm conducting a little excursion to Warhammer World in Nottingham on the 2nd of November. So if there's anyone local and they want to meet up, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to meet you there on the 2nd of November. Also on that, I've never been there before, you know, being fairly new to Warhammer and Games Workshop in general. So if there's anything anyone wants to know about Warhammer World, let me know. I'll be wrapping it up in a video that I do. So I'll document my journey and that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want any more information about Warhammer World, or you want me to do a little bit of recon for you while I'm there, let me know what you want to know and I will be sure to report on it later on. Thanks very much. See ya.